And when I say a yogi, please don't put me, as is often the tendency among people, in a certain straitjacket of your mental conceptions like yogi. The word yogi inspires in you a conception of a Hindu. No, I belong to no religion. And yet, I belong to all religions. I am a man of contradictions and I am a man of paradoxes. Why am I saying this? Because what I'm going to say to you now is not something that I am saying on the strength of what I have read. I don't speak on the strength of information. I speak on the strength of experiential learning. Why? There's a difference between the two, and the sooner you understand that, the better. What you learn from information is knowledge. What you learn from experience is consciousness. There's a difference between consciousness and knowledge. That difference you can understand from the story of Tilok, a Buddhist monk who came all the way from Bengal to Kashmir, my native place, acquired wisdom, and then became Dwaradhish in Nalanda. He became a very powerful Dwaradhish in Nalanda. His word was a buzzword. It was a mantra for everyone. And yet, suddenly one day, he decided to quit. All the scholars of Nalanda asked him, what happened? You have earned so much fame as a scholar, Buddhist scholar, and suddenly you are leaving all that and you want to go to the Himalayas, into anonymity, become incognito? He said yes. Why? Because what I have till now been speaking to you is acquired wisdom, which I have acquired from books, learnings. But the Buddha does not speak on the basis of learning in a classroom or from a book or from a lecture like I am giving you. Then from where does the Buddha learn? The Buddha learns from experience. It is experience which makes a man a Buddha. Otherwise, again another story which was turned into a film, Hermann Heste's Siddhartha. In Hermann Heste's Siddhartha and his friends both go out in search of truth. They find the Buddha. His friends stay back at the feet of the Buddha, but Siddhartha is not satisfied. Siddhartha leaves the Buddha, goes out, has a number of experiences. And please don't be judgmental. He has an experience with a prostitute. He has an experience with a mullah, a boatsman. He has an experience with a merchant. And he comes back, not as Siddhartha. He comes back as the Buddha. Now the Buddha wants to meet his friends. He wants to know that what happened to my friends. So he comes back to Sarnath. And he finds that his friends are still followers. They're still at the feet of the Buddha. They have not become the Buddha. But he has become the Buddha. That, my friends, is the significance, the power of experiential learning. What is it that an experience does? An experience transforms your cognitive world, approach, attitude. That is why you have IAS officers lining up outside all these fakirs and sadhus. You have the best of scientists prostrating themselves before the sadhus. Right or wrong? No judgment. But why am I saying it again and again? Experience and wisdom. Because today what we are confronting is a critical moment in the history of humankind. Something of this kind has never happened in the history of humankind. And you are still sleeping. How? Like that Eskimo who lives in an igloo, thinking that winter will continue, the summer sun will not go to the zenith and melt his igloo. And he sleeps comfortably, complacently, and suddenly one fine day, in the morning when he wakes up, he finds that his home is not there. It's gone. It's melted. He is defenseless now. That is something that awaits you if you keep sleeping. Why? And that is the subject. The future is here and now. What is this future that we are talking of? The future we are talking of is the conscientization of matter. AI is nothing but conscientization of matter, which was spoken of by Sri Aurobindo when he said that matter conceals within it the power, the explosive power of conscious energy, conscious Shakti. And to dismiss matter as being inert and passive is a stupidity on the part of man. Because how could man evolve? Man did not drop from the heavens. Man evolved out of matter. Means whatever is coming out is already within matter. It is matter which holds all this potentiality, and all this life. Evolution is only unfolding the potentiality of matter, and the evolution of life took a pause at the creation of the Homo sapien. It gave man the opportunity to catalyze the process of evolution by gifting it with vivek, intellect. But what did man do with it? Man prostituted this intellect for earning name, fame, and wealth, which puts him into the eddies of a whirlpool. And that is why Kabir bemoans way back in 16th century, चलती चक्की देख के खड़ा कबीरा रो, दो पाटन के बीच में साबत बचाना। Round and round. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, चंगा नाव रखाए के जिस कीरत जग ले, नवा खंडा विच जानिए. I'm forgetting this next second line. जे तिस नदर ना आवे ता वात न पिछे के, कीटा अंदर कीट कर दोषी दोष धरे. Meaning to say that you may achieve all the name, fame and wealth if you do not earn the grace of what? That supra-mental conscious energy. I'm not speaking of an anthropomorphic God. I'm speaking of that higher self which is within you. It is not outside, and which is today unfolding its power in the form of AI. What you are perceiving today is just the tip of the iceberg in the form of Gen AI, generative AI based on LLMs. And you, those of you who are familiar with the way it works, are getting apprehensive. What's going to happen to our younger generation? Imagine when Gen AI becomes AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and then the third leap becomes ASI, Artificial Super Intelligence. Then what happens to you? Because it works on the principle of logic. It says this man is not right, so remove him. Eliminate him. It gives command to an AI agent. The AI agent will come with a gun, tuck, 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 gone. As it happens in thrillers, the person is eliminated, gone. Are you visualizing the future? And that future, my dear friends, is here and now, unless there is a proviso. What is that proviso? That proviso is unless you stop being parochial, you stop being petty, you stop being caught up in the goals and targets that sense-bound mentality presents to you. You exceed, you transcend that. And then what are the goals that you should be looking for? A transformative experience of your consciousness, moving away from the consciousness of the sense-bound. I will not use the word individuality because that is a wrong word here. I'll use the word individuality. Because the consciousness with which you operate is a divided consciousness, which tells you you are different from another, and as our HR friends will tell you, it is empathy which drives people and which drives results in an organization, because it helps teams to bond together and work as a monolith rather than as individuals. So, and where are you headed then from individuality? You are headed to individuality. So until now you have been misusing the word individual. Individual is that which cannot be divided. And individual is something that can be divided. You have a divided consciousness. You think of yourself as me, you think of another person as you think of the person who is not present here as he or she or it. This is a divided consciousness. You think I'm a Hindu, he's a Muslim, he's a Christian, he's a Sikh, he's a Buddhist, he's a Jain. This is divided consciousness. So where should you be headed? you should be headed towards individuality, towards individual consciousness, which is the stuff and the swabhava of the supramental consciousness. And for that, I have the beautiful Sanskrit phrase, aham. Can somebody fill the blanks? Aham Brahmasmi. What is this Brahma? It's not a god. Believe me, it's not a god. Then what is Brahm? Do the Sandhi. Bra plus Aham. What is Bra? It is the shortened form of Brihat. What is Brihat? Limitless. So who am I? I am the limitless self. And that exactly what AI is doing. It is plugging into that limitless field of knowledge which is available on the cloud. And it presents solutions to you in an effortless way. And let me tell you, when you effect this transformation and this journey, Odissi, from individual to individual, you will move from effort to effortlessness. This is the beauty. God said, let there be light. And what happened? And there was light. God did not have to make an effort for light to be there. He only wished, he only made a sankalp. And this is what you can do. So if you are going to face the heat from AI, the fault is, to put it in the words of Shakespeare, the fault, dear Brutus, lies not in the stars, but in us. That we are, can somebody fill in the blanks? Underlings. We have presumed ourselves to be underlings. It's time for you to move from that status of underling to superling. The day you effect this journey, you will move from effort to effortlessness. Your sankalpa, your intention will materialize. The moment you will think of something, it will materialize right in front of you. You don't even have to make an effort. Does it sound difficult for you? Does it sound not fascinate you that if I can just think of something and it materializes? Don't you want that? And what do you have to do for this? You have to do only one thing, that you have to do nothing. Now, doing nothing is very difficult. And believe me, you suffer from the sickness of doing. And that is the marm and the sar of the Rigvedic yajna that you perform in all your religious ceremonies. It's time for you to decode your texts. It is time for you to understand. And if you don't do this, then nature has a plan B. The plan B is matter becoming conscious, and this vertical of human being removed. Thank you very much.